I'm Thomas Wieberneit. I'm here with Rene Selemi at the Zoho Analyst Day, although it's quite a Customers Day as well, in beautiful McAllen in Texas. Rene is the Director of Retail Operations at IDT, and as such, of course, also has a role with Zoho. But what role was that?
Okay, so basically like you said, I run the operation for IDT Retail. I've been the Zoho implementator, or part of the implementation team at IDT. We started using Zoho about 7 years ago with a startup called National Retail Solutions. That's what everything started. And basically what we were trying to accomplish is to provide a CRM for this new startup, new growing business. And we did. We started with 15 people back then, and it's been a roller coaster growth ever since. Now we have about 570, 600 users. And basically we run everything almost everything in National Retail Solutions run through Zoho.
Before we get into how the roller coaster went, or was going on probably even, what do IDT and National Retail Solutions do?
Well, IDT actually is a telephony and prepaid product and customer service industry. It's basically run out of Newark. And one of our major products that probably everybody knows is Boss Revolution. National Retail Solutions is actually a subsidiary of IDT, is a startup. National Retail Solutions provide all sorts of services to customers, from POS, merchant services, to a whole rate of services provided through the POS to our customers. Our customers are small businesses and medium-sized businesses throughout the United States, and now we're expanding into Canada.
Okay, so now you wanted to equip an RS with some toolkit to solve what? What was the originally planned footprint?
Well, basically, it was to run customer care. National Retail Solutions started providing this POS to the customers, and one of the biggest challenges was, of course, to respond quick and effectively to our customers. So we needed a tool that could provide that, and we found in Zoho, that solution.
What other solutions did you consider?
Well, before that, we were testing actually Salesforce. We tested Salesforce for a while, for about a year. But at the end, we decided to go away from Salesforce and actually implemented Zoho.
Okay, well, fair enough. It's a better fit. Yeah. So, or was a better fit?
It was a better fit because actually allow us. It was quick to implement. That was number one. We did it with minimum resources, and we did it very fast. Plus, they actually provide us with a very good implementation team, basically for free. So I think that was like a good selling point for us to go with Zoho at the beginning.
It's a nice add-on to get the implementation team as well. But now that you have this 7 years in more or less production, how do you see that was Desk then? I think the Zoho Desk helped you in improving the operations for service.
Well, yes, like I said, actually the beginning was customer care, but now Zoho CRM is the backbone for National Retail Solutions. It has become the backbone for National Retail Solutions. From there, we do from the application process and approval all the way down to the credit application approval as well. We actually, the next step will be the implementation on the operation side, and the last one is the installation process. So shipping the equipment, sending the equipment to the customers. So everything has seamlessly been able to be managed out of Zoho. So that, of course, creates a very effective and efficient process for both, the people fulfilling the orders, but also for the sales channel. The sales channel now is also involving in every step of the way, getting notifications on the status of an order. So to us, that's very critical and important.
Apart from, well, obviously cost, you just mentioned it, what were the key functional criteria that you were looking for when selecting a solution originally? So the original solution, the original footprint for service.
The number one was cost. again, because we spend so much money on Salesforce, we're looking for, and we were trying to test this out. We're not going to be spending a lot of money on something that we were trying to test out. So I think that was number one. Number two, of course, was whether it could deliver what we wanted, and it did. You know, it had all the tools that we actually need to run with the program.
Okay, what did you want it to deliver?
So basically, we wanted to create on the customer care side, we wanted to be able to create a ticketing system that you can track the calls, interface the calls actually with the current phone service that we had, and actually be able to escalate on the same platform and get a solution, and that solution come back to the original ticket. So all that was done through Zoho, and Zoho, again, was the right source for that.
Now getting into the implementation process, you said it was fast, it was easy. Now, I'm a consultant too, so I'm doing a lot of implementations.
Okay.
And in my experience, there is no project that just breezes through. Usually there's a hiccup or two. Yeah. Did you experience any of these?
Of course, you know, we were actually new to the process as well. To actually implement, we were new to the process, to implementation. We were new to the CRM, and I think that you know, some of the knowledge that I got from trying to implement Salesforce actually helped me when it came to Zoho. I think that one of the key things for you to actually implement any CRM is organization. You have to be well organized. You have to know what you want to do and what you want to build. You want to know what is the goal, what is the purpose, and of course you're going to have huddles in between. But overcoming them is what makes the process a little more difficult sometimes, because sometimes it could be the user. You know, it could be there's a stop that you don't want, that you want to create less stops, you know, in the process, but somehow Zoho is not allowing you to do that. But we were fortunate that we had a great developer from the beginning. Osama, he's fantastic. He was the key element, you know, for the implementation, because he understood also, his mind understood how Zoho worked. And I think that we had a very good partnership when it comes to on the business side and the technical side. We sort of click, and that was, I think, the best way to overcome any deficiency, any issues with Zoho, and of course the communication with Zoho. The Zoho team was actually critical as well.
Can you name one or two of those challenges that you overcame?
One of the biggest challenges was, again, people did not use CRM before. So the users were a challenge, you know, try to make things so simple that people can use it and you know, people can feel comfortable with, was the greatest challenge of all. You know, to follow up on it, you know, like sometimes, you know, okay, you open a ticket, but if the ticket is not follow up or close, the issue hasn't been resolved and we have a problem with the customer that hasn't been resolved. So I think that getting people to use it and to use it right was one of the biggest challenges that we had.
How did you get them there?
Training, repetition. You know, there was a lot of training, a lot of repetition, a lot of follow-ups, a lot of us showing them that this was what was needed and this was a great tool to work with. And it was the way we were going. I mean, there was no going back. So I think that, you know, try to convince the customers, not the customers, our users, you know, that actually this was the right thing to do, was part of the process, part of the, you know, motivation, you know, training and all that became part of the whole implementation process.
What role did key users play in this whole concept?
The key users, of course, they actually were, you know, the one giving us the feedback also as well, because, you know, yeah, we can go ahead, find the solution, implement it, and then you have to have people using it. And when people use it is when you optimize the experience, you optimize the user interface itself, getting feedback from them. So of course, those initial users, the 20 people that we had at the beginning, and you know, play a critical role on us finding out what were the things that needed to be fixed and also improving on whatever we needed to improve.
How long did it take you to get the majority of your users on board, in the sense of that they accepted the solution, not only accepted the solution, but liked it, loved it, so we're happy with it?
It's been an ongoing process, and like I said earlier today, we started with a national retail solution, and again, it was decided that we were going to be Zohotizing everybody. You know, that all the different departments were going to be actually part of Zoho. Because that was a Zohotize. Oh, okay. So I say Zohotize. I guess it's simpler for me. So, so basically, what we decided to do that, and that was the purpose was to actually bring everything in one place, and that was the command. That was the objective. So we did that effectively for NRS, and then, you know, that roll up to IDT as in general. So that's when the IDT group actually became involved also in Zoho, particularly the what we call the RAMs, the regional account managers, the sales managers. So bringing them in was also a big challenge, and you know, and I think now this is again years in the making. It's been probably 6 years altogether. You know, now Zoho, everybody is Zohotize, you know, and I think that we accomplished a lot of what we set out to do, we did. And again, the whole purpose here is to make improvements on our operating system, the way we do business, the way, you know, customers are managed, of course, the way our sales force is actually integrated with all the different systems, the notifications, you know, the tasks, all that play a big role on efficiency. So that's what we did.
In how far could you use the NRS team as champions to create goodwill in the rest of the organization and interest in the rest of the organization?
We became ambassadors for Zoho without pay. You know, actually, no, in a good way, we became ambassadors because I think we you know, there's no better testament or example than when something works. And you want, of course, we want our whole organization to benefit from that. And particularly when I saw the results of Zoho, you know, and what we did and how helpful it was and how easy it was, I sort of wanted everybody to know that. So in a way, and people actually were, even we were not even selling Zoho anymore, you know, to anybody else. People were coming to us and say, "Oh, I heard you using something new. What is that?" And then other part of the business started actually collaborating also with Zoho, and that has been the story.
Looking a bit forward, so you seem to be more than just a bit happy. So what are your next plans with Zoho? Also in the light of what you likely heard is coming near term, not so near term. In how far does that fit your needs? And in how far, well, what way do you look at adopting, widening the footprint of Zoho at IDT?
Well, it's an ongoing process. I was telling a colleague of yours yesterday, Dean, that IDT has always reinvented itself. You know, we have come up with so many different products. So it's never a bore year at IDT. You know, we're always coming up with something new, exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on. Personally, the way I see it, and professionally, the way I see it is, you know, we want to find, we want Zoho to be the solution for everything basically at IDT. The go-to. And we have achieved a lot of that through Zoho on the national retail solution side, and hopefully, you know, it's going to spread out throughout the company, and that's the goal here. We want basically one pager, you know, people to go to one place, all the APIs, everything else connected behind it, whatever is not already in Zoho, but basically have people, you know, in one place because it makes it simple, and it's like a single place of source of everything basically for us. So that's how I envision, hopefully, things will happen.
Okay, now, unluckily in big quotes, you seem to be extremely happy with Zoho. Okay. Now, there's a relationship between your two companies, IDT as well as Zoho, and I usually look at that as a kind of a marriage. There are good days and not so good days. You know? Sometimes you do not get exactly what you want from your partner. So, and if you would like to express one wish for something to get from Zoho that you so far haven't gotten, what would that be?
We want a lot of things, but basically one of the things that we are really pushing them very hard is to optimize the mobile version. We have 200 people on the streets almost every day, our sales team. and actually they're mobile. They're in tablets. They're using Wi-Fi. They're using towers. They're using everything. So for us, optimization of the mobile version is very key. Because again, these people are mobile and they're moving around. They're going to hotspot, not hotspot. They're going to different places. So we want to be able to give them an optimal service in Zoho on their tablets. So that actually everything they do, they can do it there and they don't have to go anyplace else. That is my wish. Or my hope, that we get Zoho to actually deliver all the things that we have requested in the past few years.
Do you refer to an offline solution or offline capability, or what?
There's a combination of a lot of different things. Offline improvement of the feel of the page. Something as simple as that.
Okay.
We're doing something called single sign-on. We want to be able to fit it right on the actual application. So all those things actually will make a huge difference in our company.
Okay, so once we air that, even the newest employee at Zoho will probably be able to hear that loud and clear now. So, thanks a lot, Rene.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure talking to you.
And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.